Are you ready?
Got me ready for the first game of the day, so I'm excited for this one.
Nice ESL 1 hype. But anyways, we've got Team Wolf versus the Ninjas in Pyjamas. And what's your prediction on this one, Chewy? What do you think of this matchup?
Well, usually I'm incredibly bad with predictions and I get everything wrong. Whenever I call something to go and happen, it never actually does happen. But I think it's a pretty safe bet for everybody to say that NiP are going to take this one. I'm not quite sure what the stats were in Lounge for people betting skins.
I think it was 7% to Wolf.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I knew that it was in the 90 ranges for NiP, so pretty damn high, and that's such a huge thing, of course, because as far as I'm aware, I don't believe Wolf have actually attended an international event before. So I'm actually quite excited to see how they play. Going up against NiP is no easy task for any team, really, but especially for a team who have got this kind of new air about them that we don't really know too much about them. I'm looking forward to seeing what we get.
Yeah, obviously, like you said, there is the element of surprise. No one's really seen what they're capable of doing before. Just as we go full screen, there we go. Oh shit, the intro's playing. Okay. Completely forgot about that intro. But yeah, guys, in case you ain't realised yet, this is ESL 1, and we're going to go live. As it says on the top of your screens, Group A, first stage. We've got the Indians in Team Wolf up against the Swede powerhouses in Ninjas in Pyjamas. And I'm not sure if your GoTV is lacking gun models right now, but what a shot from Astar to open things up. And, well, Chewy, welcome to Cologne.
Yeah, here we go. This is what we wanted. Already an interesting kill to start things off there. He had that CZ75, but he knocked Fliflaren out. Out for the count in round number 1 we go. So let's see what the Indian team here can do. Of course, this is the team comprising of Ritz, Rix, Ace, and Mythil, and Astar as well, I do believe. And they've got Kassad as a coach, who, if I'm not mistaken, was actually quite a famous 1.6 player. So, here we go. Into the game. It's still relatively slow. We've had that opening pick, but as of yet, not too much going on. And in comes the push. It looks like it could be mid to B by the sound of things. They're getting taken down, though. With a lot of shots coming their way. Freiburg's going to respond, but Wolf putting up a good fight here in round number 1, Kai.
Yeah, and A-Star hasn't done too badly himself. He managed to get 2 kills on this B-bomb site, but the Ninjas do more or less have full control of this B-bomb site. We're going to have 2 Indians rotating through B ramp, and Mythil, who's actually gone unnoticed. He's going to be coming through tunnels, and are the Indians going to do it? Yes, they are! Not a bad way to introduce themselves, Chewy, and I don't think any of us saw that coming, but fair play to them.
No, exactly. Fair play to them indeed. I'm not quite sure what's going on with your game models. Mine's absolutely fine. I've got gun models.
I might have to reconnect. Let me reconnect.
Everything's fine my end, so hopefully it won't be too much of an issue. But there we go. Already kind of what you would call an upset to start things off. Ninjas in Pyjamas losing the T-side pistol round there here on Dust 2. So, this is ESL 1 Cologne. We're stoked for this one. Of course, you are joining us here on the second stream. We are the official English community stream as things stands, and ESL TV_CS are going to be the main stream all the way from Germany, and they're going to be bringing you Epsilon versus Hellraisers, I do believe, to start the day off. But we got the NiP team on your screen today to start things off. I'm not quite sure what other games we're going to be covering yet. It depends on what the guys in Cologne decide. But here we go. Now we've got Knight with some gun models. So into round number 2 we go.
Here we do, and the CTs naturally with FAMASs, but it is going to be the Swedes to explode on this B-bomb site. We've got 2 kills already, but it was that Wolf player who managed to get the frag at long, and, well, they're slowly turning it around. They have more HP, they have stronger weapons. A-Star, yet again, probably the man of the match so far for the Indians. But that bomb is ticking, and the Ninjas are trying to defend it. But we do have Rix, who's going to push through long. Nails get right in the head. And, well, it looked for one moment, Chewy, that the Ninjas, they got that 2-man early lead, push it off short. It looked like, yeah, they were going to put their foot down on this A-bomb site. And even though they only had those CZ75s, it looked like, yeah, they're going to get the bomb down, and they're going to play it cool, calm, and collected from there. But I've really been impressed with Wolf's retakes. I really have. They retook the B bomb site brilliantly. They pushed in together. One of them went unnoticed through tunnels. And they did the same thing there on the A bomb site, even though they were significantly outnumbered at one point. And who would have thought this? 2-0 to the Indians. And what a way to start this huge major event for CSGO.
Yeah, this is exactly what we love about ESL 1. Of course, a lot of people predicting after the upsets at G3 that there wouldn't quite be as many upsets at ESL 1 Cologne, and it's not saying that we're counting out NiP. Of course, this is NiP that we're talking about here, but you know, we're just saying good start here for Wolf. That's what we like, but it looks like it's going to be the early buy for NiP. They did manage to get a lot of frags in both rounds played so far, and they got the bomb down both rounds, I do believe, as well, which means that they are going to be able to buy up here. And to start things off, Existus got the first frag, so that's going to be Ritz out of the way. And let's see what's going on here, as it looks like that bomb is actually stacked up in mid at the second. NiP just happy to get those early picks. And that's going to be Mythil down for the count as well. So as soon as the ninjas in pyjamas from Sweden get those rifles in their hand, it looks like it's back to normal proceedings. They've got control of the A bomb site right now. And although we've said that we've been impressed with Wolf's retakes in the first 2 rounds, I have a feeling they're not going to be able to take this one here, Kyanite.
Well, let's bear in mind that in the second round, they retook up against ninjas in pyjamas who were playing with only CZ75s. And on the pistol round's a pistol round. Now, from this round onwards, this is where Wolf are really going to be tested. The ninjas, the cash is flowing, they've got their first round on the board. Counter-Strike well and truly is a game of momentum. And now that they have the AK-47s, Fiflaren might opt to go for the AWP. No, they're sticking with an all-rifle setup. But yeah, game mod Wolf, they're being forced onto an eco now. But after this round, where it's weapons against weapons, it's going to be from that point onwards where we're really going to have to see what Wolf are made of.
Yeah, as soon as they can get those full buys in hand, then it will be down to them to show us exactly what they can do up against the team from Sweden. Getright's going to start things off, though, on the B bomb site. That bomb is actually still back towards T-Spawn, and Ritz pushing aggressively down there on Catwalk has worked really well. Fiflaren's still in spawn. He's decided just to stick back here and not move anywhere at the minute, and it looks like it's going to be a good decision, as the CTs were pushing aggressively down mid there. Didn't quite work. Ritz has picked up an AK-47 for his troubles, but he's not going to be able to pick up this round. It is a 1-on-4 situation, and once again, the bomb has been planted. So NiP so far, although they lost the first 2 rounds, they can take the fact that they've planted the bomb every single round as a good advantage here. Obviously, that's going to help their economy a whole lot. And the score's going to be all evened up here going into round number 5. It will be 2-2, and this is the time for Wolf to really show us what they're made of once they get these full rifles and set up in hand.
Yeah, the thing about NiP is they're full of experience. They're not going to try and push the CT and do silly things like Freiburg just did. Obviously, they're trying to stop him from saving that weapon, but he managed to get 2 kills, and it goes to show that the Indians really are on point based on what we've seen so far. Him in Ritz and A-Star, personally, have really impressed me so far. But here we go. The CTs are going to buy up... No. They're going to stay on the eco. They're not. They're
okay. They're going to stay on the eco.
They don't have enough money. Fair enough. Fair enough. So they are going to stick with the CZ75s. But Ritz has managed to save that AK-47, and he's going to take that AK-47 towards the B bomb site. But unfortunately, it is going to be Freiburg to take the bomb towards the A bomb site.
Yeah.
So
it will be.
Here we go. The bomb's being dropped at the top of mid as Exist slowly scans short, and he will get that first opening frag onto Mythil. And that's Wolf really have a massive tag, don't they? Every time they get a kill on my screen, all I see is Wolf.
Yeah,
I know. Make out who specifically got the kill. But there we go, as expected, the ninjas in pyjamas. They're using the fact that they've got those big weapons in hand to their advantage. But they did lose 2 men, and the Indians will be happy with that.
Yeah, they will do, of course, when you're on an eco. If you can pick up any frags at all, it's going to pay in your favour. And here we go, now they're going to be able to buy by the looks of things. So in comes the full buy from Wolf, and Ninjas in Pyjamas happy with their money as well by the looks of things. Forrest did die with that AWP in hand. Luckily, I believe Freiburg was the man to pick that up for him, so he's going to have that at the start of the 6th round here. And for the first time in the game, we see Ninjas in Pyjamas in the lead here on the T side. And of course, Wolf, you know, they're going to be happy with the start they got, picking up 2 rounds. NiP have responded with 3 in a row. And that was, you know, such a crucial turning point in the early stages here when NiP were able to get that early buy in the 3rd round, sorry, and then capitalise on that and force Wolf down onto an eco. But let's see what they can do now in round number 6. Wolf, of course, on the slightly less favoured CT side here on Dust 2. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. And by the looks of things, NiP are going for another mid push. Maybe they're going to boost onto Catwalk and try and go to A. But the CT's still holding strong here.
Yeah, judging by the fact that the bomb is at mid and Get Right is in upper tunnels, it does currently look likely that they might fall back on a mid to B push. And if they do, they'll have both A-Star and Ritz to come up against in that B bomb site. But Freiburg with the nade onto the A bomb site, putting Ace down to only 77 points of health as the Ninjas slowly but surely try to edge their way closer to one of these two bomb sites. And the bomb is going to go towards long now, so it wouldn't surprise me if Fiflaren does get this opening frag at long. Freiburg is slowly going to creep towards the A bomb site, and I think as soon as they get this opening frag on long, which they should do, Rick's managed to get one, but Exist shuts him down, and here we go. Get Right is going to be the man to lead the charge, along with his left-hand man in Freiburg. Another brilliant edge shot from Get Right, and finally we're starting to see the Ninjas assert their dominance down on this game. They've woken up, they're nice and fresh now, they're starting to pop heads, they're starting to pull off the shots we normally see them pull off, and A-Star now stuck between a rock in a very, very hard place, and he's 3 versus 1, and he's going to go for it. But look who it is. It's the CS legend in the flesh in Forest to shut him down. 4-2 is the score.
It will be indeed. NiP looked pretty comprehensive there. We did have a couple of frags go down in favour of Wolf, but wasn't quite enough NiP. And actually, somebody said it in the GoTV chat. They just said the majestic one-taps from NiP, and I can't really say it any better myself. They're just getting those entry frags.
Sums NiP up.
It really does. It really does. You know, getting those easy shots down range, finishing things off in style, and getting themselves on that bomb site with what looked like relative ease. And they're going to get rewarded for it here because once again we see Wolf down on another eco. So they've not really had rifles in their hand for too many rounds here, unfortunately for them. We've got Phil Hill actually pushing aggressively down long, and this is what we keep seeing from Wolf so far, is that whenever they're on an eco, they like to push aggressively. They like to really put it in the faces of the T side, and it's working for them here. They've been rewarded because it's a 2 versus 3 advantage here, and they've got 2 rifles, kind of. This is looking a bit worrying here for NiP.
It is, but Forest still has the big green gun in the AWP, and Exist, the NiP leader, of course, is still trying to rally the troops in lower tunnels with that lovely Flame Serpent AK-47. Brilliant shot from Exist, and maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Swedes to turn this round back in their favour. They need to pick up the bomb, and they will do now. Exist, he's expecting someone to be in and around double doors, and expected correctly. And it does look like, Chewy, that it does look like they're going to go towards this A bomb site where there aren't any CTs defending at the moment, but I understand what Wolf are trying to do. They don't want to drop one by one, but it is going to be Exist to fall. Ritz, who managed to push from behind and take him down, and now Forest is 1 versus 2.
This is an absolutely huge round here coming in for Wolf. They've really impressed so far. Ace is going to find that player, and Forest down at 27 HP. If there's any player in CS who I would put my money on to still do this 1 versus 2, this is probably the man. He's going to get the bomb down. No, he's not. Ace jumps in the air, headshot through the box as well. And that was an absolutely huge round coming in there for Wolf. Also, another quick thing, shout out to our first 2 subscribers of the day, Crow, OP and Burnsy Lift. Thank you very much for subscribing, guys. That's always a good start to the day when we see you coming on board. But wow, Wolf, you know, we've not heard much about them. This is their first international, as we said. And on an eco, they just knocked Ninjas in Pyjamas down and really put them in their place and said, come on, give us a good game because we're not going down easily here.
Well, NiP, they've been pretty much dropping like flies on the mass majority of game mods, pistol/eco rounds, and obviously it's something they need to fix, and they need to fix soon because they need more than 4 rounds on the T side of the others 2. And you know what, I still think the Ninjas will manage to pull through, but it's no lie that they haven't been at their best recently. I feel sorry for my friend who has $600 on NiP to win.
Oh dear, well yeah, that must have definitely got him sweating after that game, but you know, that's a huge topic of discussion that we can go on about in a little while. But let's start things off in round number 8, and Forest already down to 23 HP, so he's got to watch out with that AK-47 in hand. Ritz down to 40, but we've got no indication about where that bomb could be eventually heading as of yet, and there's already only 48 seconds left on the clock. It is going to be making its way up towards Catwalk as things stand, but NiP with no players going down towards long. I'm wondering if they're going to go mid to B. No, it looks like they could be going Catwalk, and this is the thing that we all love about Dust 2, is that you can switch it up like this and you can change things when you need to. But NiP looking like they're just trying to get some information at the second, looking like they're trying to find out where their CTs are, but Wolf from India holding strong. In comes to push towards mid. That's going to be the first kill for Freiburg there. And it's going to be a mid to B. Let's see if they can get in there successfully and get that bomb down. There's only going to be one CT player on the site. He's going to go down as well. And this should be a relatively easy hold here coming in for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Maybe not so. They've got to get that bomb down quick, can't I?
Yeah, they do, and they're going to try and hold this B bomb site. Freiburg does what Freiburg does best with the rifle, and Freiburg will get 4. And again, Ninjas, it seems like, just when it seems like they're slowly going to wake up, they end up losing an eco round or doing something stupid and let the Wolf players back into the game. But Wolf, they won't be too downhearted with what they've done so far. They'll be over the moon with how this game stands at the moment. We can see the pick and predictions at the top of the scoreboard, and 11% of you guys think Wolf can win this.
Wow,
that's an interesting stat.
Yeah, that is an interesting stat, especially after what we've seen so far today. But into round number 9 we go, and once again, because NiP have won that last round, they are going to force Wolf down onto an eco, and that's really the thing, is that we've seen so many ecos come in here from the team from India, and yeah, okay, they won that last one, but still, you've got to wonder what sort of damage they would do to NiP here if they did have rifles in hand. NiP holding strong though. It's going to be a 5 versus 2 situation as things stand. The aggressive pushes from the CTs didn't quite work as well as it has previously. It looks like NiP have realised what they do now, are holding back and just letting them come to them and picking them off with their all-powered rifles here. So Rix is going to be the last man standing with a 5.7 in hand. Flaren should pick him off any second if he does decide to push through long doors, which I have a feeling he will do anytime soon. But the score's going to be 6-3 here in favour of NiP. And, you know, I still don't think that Wolf have shown us exactly quite what they can completely do here. They've had a good couple of rounds, but if they don't want NiP to start running away with things here on the T side, they've got to make sure that they get those rifles in hand and can convert off that.
Yeah, well, Rix has managed to salvage Freiburg's AK-47. He's gotten 2 kills so far, and obviously this ain't really going to help NiP as far as the economical situation is concerned. But I tell you what, Chewy, these Indians really have been on point aim-wise so far.
They definitely
be it with
have.
pistols or rifles. But I think NiP deserve a pat on the back. We said that they needed to tweak their anti-eco approach. We saw Get Right in upper tunnels trying to restrict the firefights to long distance. We saw what Flaren was doing, and we saw the rest of the guys sticking together at mid, so that if one of them did end up going down somewhere on short or in and around double doors, they'd be able to get the return frag nice and fast. So here we go. It is going to be a buy round, and Chewy, A-Star has gone for the AWP, and it's the first time we see Wolf with an AWP in this game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. As you said, their shots have been on point, and even down on low HP when you've not got much going for them on an eco, they've been able to pick up a big few kills on NiP to force the Ninjas in Pyjamas to rebuy some of those all-important rifles, and I'm looking forward to seeing what A-Star can do here, or A-Star, sorry. Forrest is going to smoke off mid-doors though, so that's going to shut him off to start things up, and he is actually going to rotate his way back from CT over towards the A-bomb site, but still, no kills here as of yet. Flaren's going to get caught first. Nice headshot there to take down Rix to start things off there. And that's going to be a big kill. Let's see what that can do. It's going to focus all of the attention, by the looks of things, of the CTs down onto long after that first kill. And in comes the push from Catwalk here. And we know what work NiP can do on this A-bomb site when they get those early entry frags and push their way through. Ritz is going to find one towards mid though. Lots of shots go down. He's going to find 2 there, and that's a lovely kill into Forest to even the situation up into a 4-on-4.
Yeah, it's important that the Indians keep getting these return frags. NiP, they've pulled back. They've fallen back towards long, where A-Star is going to drop Freiburg, and he's expecting a few of these Swedes to be coming towards long. And he's gotten 1 frag already. Spots the feet of Exist. He gets 1 before getting taken down by Get Right. But are we going to see yet another Indian round on the board? Yes, we are. 6-4. Wow.
That was a big round.
NiP, wake up. NiP, wake up. This really isn't the NiP we're used to seeing.
No.
But credit where it's due to Wolf. They looked incredibly solid on that A-bomb site. The way they changed their setup really, really fast as soon as they lost that early man. And again, they're getting the return frags. They look confident. That player at mid who just thought, right, yeah, I'm going to peek mid. I don't care. I want to take these Ninjas in Pyjamas players on. I don't care. They're not better than me. And Wolf, yet again, asserting their dominance down by dropping the NiP Danger Man and Get Right with a grenade.
Well, certainly interesting indeed from what we see. In comes Exist, getting some shots down, and Ace actually with two lovely shots there. That's going to be Freiburg and Exist taken down on Catwalk, and it's all going to be left in the hands of Fiflaren and Forest. And this has been a relatively quick round indeed, and those two last T players are going to be rotating right the way back round to T spawn. You're going to wonder if they're going to go around to the B bomb site. They have plenty of time to be able to do so, but they are on very little HP, 27 and 23 between them, so really not much to go by. Of course, we know how strong these two players are, and we know that they can still get these shots down on low HP, but I've got to give it up to Game God Wolf once again for just how phenomenally they're showing what they can do here. They were the favourites, as far as I'm aware, to progress through the Indian qualifiers and make their way to Cologne, and we're exactly seeing why here. And I'm wondering what the combination is here. Obviously, we don't want to take anything away from either team. We know what NiP can do, and Wolf are showing us what they can do, but at the same time you also do have to take into account whether this is just NiP not performing up to their best standards, or whether Wolf are really showing their dominance, or whether it's a bit of both, and I think it is.
Alright, so there we go, headshot from Fifi on to A-Star. Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard. We've got Rix, to no surprise, 11 kills and 9 deaths. I mean, maybe he should move to Europe and replace Fiflaren, I don't know. No, I'm just kidding, I love Fiflaren. And Exist, you don't see it very often. He's topping the scoreboard with 15 kills and 8 deaths for the Ninjas in Pyjamas. So he is their leader. He is spurring them on. But we do have the Indians on yet another eco. 3 CZ75s and 2 P250s have come out from Team Wolf, as the Ninjas in Pyjamas do pretty much what we saw them do last time round. But Get Right is actually going to get pushed in upper tunnels. He gets dropped already, and it's the same old story on these eco rounds. A-Star has been phenomenal with that CZ75.
And we can't really emphasise enough just how kind of powerful that CZ75 is, and that's exactly what you want to do with that. And I'm wondering if this is the experience from Kassad, of course, the coach for the Indian team, telling them what to do, telling them to get in the face of NiP here with those CZ75s, because they've got the 2 opening frags. NiP will respond though, leaving things up into a 3-on-3 situation. Another frag comes in from Exist, up from Catwalk there, and Ritz has picked up an AK-47. The bomb has been planted, but again, this is good resilience here from NiP. This is why they're one of the best teams in the world, for the fact that even on an anti-eco round when they've suddenly lost 2 frags and it's a 5 versus 3, they can turn things back in their favour. Exist gets at least the triple there, so that's going to make things 8-4, but still, Wolf are going to be happy with those opening 2 frags. That's what they want on an eco, bringing it right into the face of the team from Sweden. They are going to be able to buy up here. It's going to be relative force buy. They have got a couple of grenades, but we see a FAMAS in the hands of Ritz. And if they do lose this round and they don't get a lot of frags on the board here, I think they're going to be down to another eco. And this has just been the thing that's led Wolf in trouble so far, the fact that they're getting knocked down to an eco so easily. If they didn't, then I would have thought that this game could potentially be much closer.
Alright, here we go. Exist. They've heard someone on short. Freiburg and Exist quick to get the return frags to give the Ninjas the 1-man advantage which they crave, as Freiburg leads the charge onto the A-bomb site. Catches Rix out in the open, and Freiburg ain't going to miss from there. And I think we're going to see one of these NiP players pick up the bomb outside of long. Yep, there we go. He's going to push long, and we should see the bomb go down on this A-bomb site sometime soon. And Game Mod Wolf, they're just sitting in the B-bomb site. They're probably going to look to save their weapons, and I don't blame them, really. I don't blame them, and we probably are going to see 9-4 on the board, unless we see Wolf reinvent the wheel.
Unless a sudden nuke just drops on top of the A-bomb site and destroys NiP, which obviously isn't going to happen.
Call of Duty, like.
Yeah, right. Just some sort of crazy thing that just happens out of the blue, comes in and stops NiP in their tracks. It's not going to happen. 9-4 will be the score, and it's a good decision here for Wolf to save these rifles here. They are going to get chased down, so it'll be interesting to see if they can pick up any kills. And Exist is going to go down, as is Get Right, and this is again what we've seen quite a lot. That when Wolf are saving those rifles, NiP are challenging, and they're not picking up many frags when they go chasing down these rifles on the CT side here. So this is going to hurt the economy of NiP very, very slightly, with the fact that they have got to rebuy for 3 players now. Ritz is going to survive with that AK-47 in hand. And there was quite a lot of casualties overall in that round there, considering the fact that NiP had total dominance on that A-bomb site. But here we go, 2 more rounds left in the first half here. Really not nice economy for Wolf once again. They are really hurt in that respect. They are going for the CZ75s. We know that they can do damage with that, but it's going to be interesting to see if NiP have just had enough of their aggressive CT pushes and what they're going to do. But that's going to be the first kill down. Forest with the AWP onto Ace.
Yep, good kill from Forest. Obviously only up against Ace in a CZ75. I'm not quite sure why Ace was trying to peek double doors. He was never going to one-tap Forest at such a long distance with the CZ. But look who it is, it's Ritz. He went aggressive on short, but quickly punished by Freiburg. Forest getting in on the action with his second kill of the round. And I really am getting all these eco rounds, aren't I? And down goes Mithril, or Mythil. Mithril, I've been playing too much RuneScape. And there we go, 10-4 in favour of NiP. And we should see a buy round come in from Wolf. Yep, they all have more than $5,000 each. So,
this is an important round.
10-5 or 11-4, what do you think?
I mean, I'm hoping for the sake of, you know, the game and how close we want this to be, that it's going to be 10-5. You know, a typical kind of bog standard score that you want as a CT on Dust 2 is 9-6. If you get a 9-6, then you're going to be happy with that. Anything more, you're going to be really rolling, and you're going to be getting yourself going. 10-5 is still doable. Yes, it's against NiP, but Wolf have had some big rounds here, and you've got to wonder, again, number one, if their economy was any better, whether they'd be able to get more rounds on the board. And number two, whether there's any, you know, kind of opening game land jitters going on for them, and whether that's played a factor into them not picking up as many rounds as they would have liked here. But still, 10-4, it's looking potentially good for them. Freiburg with the pizza nade onto the A-bomb site. And yeah, I do agree. If they can get 10-5 here, they're going to be happy.
Yeah, we saw NiP, with it being the last round, they bought 2 AWPs, trying to get a few tags through the doors. And I think Fiflaren decided to drop it in the end, which made sense. They are going to slowly embark upon this A-bomb site where Mythil, by the looks of things, has managed to dink Forest. Freiburg is going to come in and try and sweep up the action. Ooh. Ace gets one, but one ain't going to be enough to stop the Swedes. Slowly but surely creeping their way into the A-bomb site, and Fiflaren lands a headshot. And 4 versus 2. And the second I was going to say it was doable because 2 of the NiP players are on very low HP. In a blink of an eye, they go down, and Auto-Director completely misses it. But 11-4. Even though, when you look at the scoreline, it looks very one-sided, and I think credit where it's due to NiP. They're years and years of experience. They've got loads of experience under their belts. It came into action, particularly when they needed to change it around, when they noticed stuff wasn't going right. They were mature about it. They took a step back. They didn't get stressed out. But I don't think the scoreline is really doing Wolf any favours. I think they probably did merit a 10-5 or a 9-6 based on their performance in many of those eco rounds as well.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And having a look at the scoreboard there, you can see at the halftime mark, Exist and Freiburg, in terms of fragging, really the 2 that have been impressive. 17-4 and 9 for Freiburg at the top there. And Exist, in 15 rounds, 20 kills and only half the deaths. So really impressive performance from him. And I think that was the key thing there from NiP. Just the fact that they were getting those quick frags, as we said earlier on, and put it into terms of the majestic taps. And I think that was one of the main things that was going on for NiP there. You know, when they were landing their headshots in with those lovely AK-47s, they were pretty much taking the round there. It was just when they were getting caught out by Wolf in their crazy eco pushes that they looked a bit shaky. But 11-4 is going to be the halftime score. 30 seconds until the teams will switch, and we'll be back on the second half here. And this is a very important pistol round here coming in from the team from India. They've got to take this one.
Yeah, if NiP win this CT side pistol round, you'd expect them to capitalise on the next 2 rounds, to give them 3 rounds in a row. And obviously that would put the Ninjas in pyjamas at 14 rounds, meaning they'd only need 2 more rounds to emerge victorious out of the game. So we saw MTS game God Wolf take the pistol round when they were playing as counter-terrorists on the during the first half. So you know what? They were winning a lot of eco rounds, particularly up against the AK-47s that NiP had. They look solid with pistols. And I'm going to put my neck on the line and say, yeah, they're on the more favoured T side. They've got those strong Glocks, as we know in CSGO. If they buy armour and rush somewhere together, who knows? I see no reasons why they can't perhaps get this round on the board.
Oh no, I completely agree with that indeed. So here we go, pistol round of the second half here. And another thing to point out, if you don't know too much about ESL 1 Cologne, is that this is only a best of one in this stage of the tournament. As soon as we're out of group stages, it is going to be best of threes, but best of ones to start things off here. And lovely work coming in from Ritz to take down 2 players for NiP. That's going to be Mythil as well, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, getting the kill on to another NiP player. Fiflaren's going to go down, and wow, Kyanite, this was just dominance.
What did I tell you? Yeah, the Indians definitely masters of the pistol rounds based on what we've seen so far. I just want to apologise about the lack of X-ray. I thought something looked a bit different, but I have turned X-ray on now, so apologies about that, guys.
It's early in the morning, it's like not even 9 o'clock here, and too early for us casters, so you'll have to give us some slack there. But Wolf aren't going to give NiP any slack. They've taken the pistol round here on the second side without taking a single casualty. They also got the bomb down as well. So this is the time for them. Here we go, Wolf. You're on the more favoured T side. You've got 6 rounds to go to bring it back to an even pegging. And they've got to show us what they're made of fully now.
Yeah, they do. 3 AK-47s and 2 Galils. They're going to be the weapons of choice for the Indians. Bricks, who's going to be slowly waiting outside a long. We saw 3 nades, I think it was, going towards long. Fiffy and Get Right are going to be the 2 men to hold long, as far as the CTs are concerned. And Wolf, a nice slow methodical play. It does look like they are going to go towards short, where they'll have both Exist and Fiflaren to deal with in and around Graffiti. So it'll be interesting to see how this round pans out.
Oh yeah, it most definitely will be indeed. And I'm actually going to spot that player from Goose. I'm not sure if he put any shots down range. Mythil was taking down at 84 HP, but to start things off here, Ritz is going to get 1. He's not going to get 2 though. Forrest is going to get that C775 into the head, and he's going to reward himself by picking up the AK-47 and a couple of grenades. Wolf is going to find a place. Sorry, that's Rick's there, I do apologise, but he's going to get turned on by Get Right, and he's going to go down as well. And here we go. Is this going to be the eco win here for NiP? I think if it is, it's really going to put Wolf in a difficult situation. They have got the bomb down, but it's a 2 versus 3 retake, and I'm not going to put this past NiP whatsoever, especially with the fact that they have 2 rifles.
Well, I'm surprised Get Right didn't pick up that AK-47. Vulcan Exist now has an AK-47, and this is doable for the Ninjas. If Exist can just get this opening frag onto A-Star, they're literally millimeters from each other, and Exist has been on fire so far this game. He should get 2, or is it going to be Ritz to save the day? No, he does go down, and the defuse will come in, but I don't think he has enough time, Chewy.
I'm not sure if he does. No, he's not. There we go. Goodbye, my friend. In comes the call. The bomb is going to blow up so close there for NiP. But on that note, although NiP lost that round and they did lose those all-important rifles that they picked up, you've got to think about how big that was considering the fact they won an eco there. Not only did they almost get that defused, but they all, you know, they took out all of the Wolf players, which is going to really make their economy interesting here. And NiP just took a close eco round. If they take this one here, it's really, really badly going to mess up the economy for Wolves.
Yeah, it will, but here we go. NiP opting to stick with the pistols, which is understandable. Fiflaren is going to be the only man to stick with his vanilla USB, whilst the rest of them go for the CZ75s, which we've seen utilised so far this game brilliantly from both sides.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, it's one of the most recent additions to CSGO weaponry-wise, and it's certainly one which people are enjoying. Of course, it's basically just an automatic P250, really, to put it simply.
It's an MP5.
If you're not aware about it. Yeah, it really is. It's just
which falls under the pistol category.
Yeah, it just absolutely wrecks. It's crazy, but you know, it's great to see it. It's adding some more interesting rounds into the game. You can just see some crazy eco bashes, and I'm looking forward to seeing what work the CZ75s in the hands of both teams can do for the rest of the game. But in we go. That's going to be 2 CZ75 frags, coming in for Forrest and Get Right, and it's going to be a 3-on-3. Freiburg down to 21 HP. He has got a Galil. So did Get Right, and Forrest down to 13 HP. And the bomb's been planted. In comes the push here from the CT side. Freiburg with 2 huge frags, and what is that going to do here for Mythil? He's in a really tricky spot here, Colonge. He's got to do something. He's got to pick up these frags quickly now before they push in.
He is, and oh, I thought he'd managed to get at least Freiburg because of how low he was on HP, but I think this time round, Chewy, NiP are going to manage to get the defuse. It's going to be Forrest to step up and defuse the bomb. And there we go, 12-6.
Huge round there coming in for NiP. Obviously starting on the eco, only losing 2 players, picking up 3 rifles and getting the defuse as well. And just look at the money on Wolf there. They are really stuck for cash, really struggling here. And you've got to wonder what that's going to do to them now. And unfortunately, I've got an auto disconnect.
All right, no worries. Then I'll make sure.
Ah, wait, I think I'm back. I think it was just GoTV lag. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. Here we go. We do have the Indians on an eco yet again. It just seems like every time we watch the Indians play, they're just ecoing. But they are going to go towards mid to B, where they're going to have both Forest and Freiburg to deal with. A-Star has opened it up with 1. Freiburg 2 already, can't make it 3. And you'd expect Wolf now to scourge into this B-bomb site and get the bomb down. They have enough time to do it, Chewy.
They do indeed, and Mythil's going to reward himself with that AK-47, but Fiflaren with the AWP shuts him down. A-Star is going to pick it up, but they need to get that bomb down. It doesn't look like they're going to go for it, and they're just going to let NiP walk in here. Rick's lovely shots with the CZ-75. 2 versus 2 situation. They're going to challenge here. Just get the bomb down. Get that economy going for you. You know, you're really struggling for money here, Wolf. I'm sure their coach is going to try and tell them that, but again, you know, these guys are players. They are at Cologne, and I'm not. I'm just sitting here in my studio casting, so they're obviously thinking, what's the best decision here and going for it. But if I was them, they need to get the bomb down here and force NiP to try and retake it and get the defuse as well.
What they're worried about is that NiP are close by him on
Yeah.
the ramp, and then when they're worried that when NiP hear the bomb going down, like you can see A-Star doing there, it's good thinking from them. And they knew they had plenty of time to work with, but they really should get the bomb down now. They can't let the time tick any more than this. Here we go.
They can't, and in comes the grenade from NiP as well, trying to flash them. And let's see if they can retake this one. This will be huge here for Wolf if they can take this round here, especially considering it was an eco. We've already seen them take an eco win earlier on, and that's going to be another big CZ-75 coming in there from Rix. The AK-47 finishes off Exist. And wow, game on, Carnite.
Game on, yeah. The Indians, honestly, they've impressed me a lot, and I'm not sure what to look into this game. Because maybe if it was, I don't know, a Clan Mystic, RIP, from back in the day or something, you might think to yourself, yeah, NiP haven't really looked on point. But because we haven't really seen much of the Indians in the past, we don't truly know what they're capable of in comparison to this NiP side. But talking about this NiP side, easy peasy lemon squeezy, down the Indians, drop like flies. And A-Star is left all alone, poor him at mid, all by himself. I think it's going to be the man-machine in Freiburg to take out the rest of Wolf. So there we go, 13-7. NiP starting to finally build a bit of momentum. And we're going to jump into round 21. And we're going to have an interesting mix buy from
I was
Wolf.
just going to say that was a really interesting buy because A-Star had $5,000. He went for an AWP, but it looks like he's just going for an AWP and absolutely nothing else. Very interesting considering the rest of his team have only got pistols. He's going to shut down Forest though, so that's a good start. That's exactly what you want from a guy who risks things. And I'm liking this play from the Indians here. We'll see if it's going to work. They're confident because of their eco play. They've won 2
They
eco
know how good
wins.
they are with the CZs.
I know, right? It's just crazy. It is crazy. So let's see what they do in round number 21 here.
Well, Exist has managed to put Rix down onto only 7 points of health, but NiP, they're playing it deep. They're trying to keep their distance. They know that they've got the weapons which are better at long distance. But it does seem like Wolf are going to dedicate towards a B-bomb site where Freiburg has turned his back and turned his back at the wrong time. He's done the intelligent thing. He's playing it more passive now. He's fallen back, but he will nail 1. He's going for the spray down onto the 3rd. Out comes the 5-7. And it's 3 versus 1. Mythil stuck between a rock and a very hard place. And Freiburg, he's been on point so far this game. Honestly, his rifle work has been brilliant. And I guess that keeps me happy because he is in my ESL fantasy team.
Well, there we go. Can't complain at that one whatsoever. And on another point as well, I've got to say that was actually still a close round there for Wolf. We saw Freiburg backing up into a lovely position there and showing his class and showing that he knows what to do in those situations. But still, although the 3 NiP players left alive did get those big frags, they were left on relatively low HP. And you've got to think if a couple of shots landed downrange more so on accurate form for Wolf, they could have easily taken that round again and it would have been 13-8. I think Exist was only left on 1 HP. And here we go. A-Star takes down Freiburg, the man of the last round, to start things off here. And what's that going to lead to in round number 22? This is all or nothing here for Wolf. They've got to take this round because if they don't, it's going to land NiP on match point.
Yeah, it will probably force Wolf back into an eco, and they'll find themselves force buying to prevent themselves from actually losing the game. But here we go. Ace, he has a chance for a few frags, but he's not going to get it. And NiP with double the amount of players Wolf have, and I take that back.
There we go. It's going to be 15-7. NiP on match point. And Wolf have got a heavy task on their hands, but you know, let's put this all into perspective now here. NiP were really the ultimate favourites. We talked right at the start of the game about how they were going to be the team with, you know, 90% plus, percent of people thinking that they were going to take it on Lounge. Having a look at the pick and predictions, it's 89-11 in favour of NiP. So they've always been the favourites in this game here, especially considering the fact that Wolf, you know, we don't know anything about them. We've already mentioned again that this is their first international event, but they've really shown us what they can do. 7 rounds on the board, they're not going to be too happy about. And yeah, exactly, they have shown potential.
They have done. I mean, let's not forget they're up against arguably the best team in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Maybe not at the moment, but back in the day, NiP were always the team to beat. It's just a shame that they've never managed to get a $250,000 major under their belts, and I hate to say it, but I'm not sure if they'll be able to do it this time around either. But here we go, it's going to be the Rifle Beast in Freiburg to hold the mid-to-B push. Exist joining in on the action as well, but Freiburg is going to find himself a little bit surrounded, but Exist is going to come in and take out the trash with the M4, and here we go, another headshot from Freiburg. Freiburg doing what Freiburg does best, and now Rix is 1 versus 3.
1 versus 3 to save the game here for the team from India. Freiburg knocked down to 4 HP, but with Get Right and Fiflaren still on full HP, it's going to be a difficult one for him to do anything with. Fiflaren with a lovely Dragon Orb, Dragon Lore in hand. Actually, I really like that skill. I've not seen that before, but doesn't matter because Freiburg's going to finish things off. GG's come in